All right, hello. We are back at this thing again, right? Other thoughts in my head, right? So, when I was in the military, a good friend of mine, Forrest, I won't even call his last name, but I want to call his whole name. His last name was Forrest, amen. Anyway, so he was a good friend of mine, and I went in his room one night. We lived in the barracks when I was in the military. We were young, so we all lived in the barracks. And so, when his room, he had this song playing, and it was Biz Markie, right? Oh baby, you got what I need. So when I first heard it, it's a satirical song. So when I first heard it, I was like, "What is that? That is something you and your friends made?" Because I did not think it was a real song on the radio, right? Because when I was listening, anyway, it just had me laughing. So, didn't like it at first, and the song just kept ringing in my ear because he played it so much, and so I became a big fan of Biz Markie and this song. You got what I need, oh baby, you. And then even the younger generations have heard it now because this song has been used in commercials, movies, and everything else. So many excerpts from the song. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you think, and what have you. So anyway, I was thinking about this song the other night. Biz Markie and you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. Blah blah blah. Anyway, we're gonna. I'm gonna stop thinking about my man Biz, and I'm gonna stop thinking about the song, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it to the point that I'm trying to make. Sometimes you just gotta have a little fun. So, anyway, what I was thinking when I thought of the song the other night, and how it relates to the financial game of investing your money, growing your wealth, growing your funds. So, all I began to think was catching feelings, right? Somebody was catching feelings and they wanted more. So, wow. When I said wanted more, it made me think of even more things. Somebody was catching feelings and wanted more. So, here on my channel, I'm always trying to bring people to your attention that could help you better understand the market. It can make great recommendations for you, and it's just a great, in my opinion, a resource of knowledge, right? So one of my guys is Keenan Grace, right? So Keenan Grace, when he comes on, he loves to say, trade with the charts and not with your hearts. And he said, because if you don't, when it dips, you'll sell it and you're gonna come back crying to him how you lost money. And then he do the cut his throat, say, and I'm not having it. So anyway, he likes to say, trade with the charts and not with your hearts. I'm not a big charts guy. Now I do use the charts, and I do refer to folks who have great skills in reading the charts. Like I love the chart goat stocks with Josh. But anyway, I'm not a chart goat. I'm not a big chart guy that I can begin to teach you things about understanding the charts, right? I can point you to some resources that can help you become great at it. So Keenan says trade with the charts, not with your heart. I would say trade with the knowledge that you have from the research you've done versus trading with your feelings, right? Because your feelings has a way of leading you astray, right? Feelings can lead you down some roads that you might not be too happy with, right? And in my personal opinion, that's in every area of your life. But that's me. I'm a brainiac in some sense. I'm not the smartest apple in the bunch, but I love to put thought to whatever it is I'm doing, and make wise and sound decisions. Right? Personally, I like to make wise, sound, and godly decisions. But that's just me. So anyway, I'm always talking about do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a person who been in the market for a little while now, been down some roads in life to enhance my knowledge and skill set. And so when I got in the market, just watching people like Keenan Grace, Larry Jones, Stocks with Josh, Stock Mode, Chris Saint, and a few others, that's just really helped me to make some wise decisions. Excuse me. And as I make wise decisions, it shows up in my portfolio, right? It shows up in gains. It shows up in your money growing, right? And so I just try to share my experience, share my little knowledge, and at times I show different things about my portfolio, about gains and what have you, percentages, and just things, right? Pullbacks, dips, and what have you, crashes and what have you. You got to learn these things. You got to go do some research. Get on Brother Google. Get on the internet and put up Google, right? Do some research. Follow some folks. Let them break down some things to you. Let them make some recommendations to you. I know that I said a few weeks back, I was talking about briefly, I said you need to look up Bitcoin dominance, right? If you've been following some of the people I recommend, they talk about Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin has to give up some of its dominance. Ethereum got to take on more dominance, increase its level of dominance, and then you'll go into alt seasons where your Ethereum and your H-bar and a lot of other altcoins will just begin to take off. So if you were accumulating through crypto winter, you want that alt season to take off so you can make your funds, so you can make your gains, right? And I can't speak for you, but I'm happy with mine. I'm happy with mine. I'm happy with my virtual, right? I'm happy with my H-bar. I'm happy with with a lot of my crypto, and hopefully I will only be happier as time progresses on, right? So I can't go on in a day. I just wanted to share my thoughts on biz. You got what I need, catching feelings, and how you don't want to catch feelings in the market. You're not married to any one stock or any one crypto. You're in the business, at least me. I'm in the business of growing my wealth. I'm in the business of growing my financial freedom, right? And so so that's my thing, right? So I have I have my 401k, then I have my different brokerage accounts, right? I have my long-term holds where I take risks, take opportunity, calculated risk, right? Risk that I use in making wise and sound decisions, and being prayerful for what I do. And when I make my nice profits, then I reduce the position size. Sometimes I may get out of it, depends on what it is. And then I take the gains, and I will take a portion of my gains to take more risks in opportunities that have room for growth. And then I will take a portion of the gains and put into my long-term holds. I may take a portion of the gains and get into a few option plays, but that's what I do. You got to come up with what strategy works best for you, what it is you're trying to do in life, what is your big goal set, what numbers you need to hit to do whatever your plans are. Maybe your plans are to become debt-free, right? So when you become debt-free, you can rebuild your investing after that, and it's a lot easier to rebuild. It's a lot easier to hold until it really begins to pop, because you have no debt. And that is what the stock market and crypto markets can do for you. But anyway, I'm always talking about life-changing money. What's the point of playing this game if you're not going to go for the gusto? Somebody say, well, that's a lot of money. It is and it ain't. It's a lot of money when you look at it from what you go to work on your job or your multiple jobs and the income you earn. But on our regular jobs, we get breaks, we get time off, we get days off, we get vacation, we get personal time, we get what is that? When you have death in the family, you get that leave that you get paid for and what have you. We get, there's plenty of reasons to take off. You only work X amount of hours a day, but the market does not sleep, right? The market works 24/7. Don't need breaks, don't need vacations, don't need time off, don't need to sleep. So the money that you make in the markets, at you begin to put a portion of your army of dollars to work in the market, taking risks, taking educated, calculated risks, managing your risks. And when you begin to see your funds grow, and then you begin to make, greater risks, you begin to increase the amount of money that you're able to put, the amount of army of dollars that you're able to throw at the markets, right? And then you begin to see over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that, what you once thought was a lot of money is just money, right? And you find out I can make even more in the markets, right? So that is where you tap into that life-changing money. But you need to have a purpose. You need to have a goal and a plan of what you're going to do with that life-changing money. Otherwise, you'll be, as the Bible says, a fool and their money are soon departed. No point in building life-changing money and then frivolously, foolishly blowing all your money and never allowing the money to change your life. To make life-change money and not use it to change your life, I can't say no more about that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. I just wanted to jump on, share my thoughts, and hopefully encourage someone to begin to really grow your wealth, to really begin to grow your financial knowledge, to really utilize the stock market and the crypto and let it change your life, right? I'm all about life changing lives, changing your financial trajectory for you, for your household. And then when you begin to learn this game, you come to find out I can change more than just my own trajectory. I can change more than just the trajectory of my family. I can change the trajectory of my entire family if I really take this thing serious and I really get busy growing my financial knowledge and growing my financial wealth. With that being said, you guys take care and be blessed continually, my friend.